Ladies and gentlemen, to today's message, I really appreciate you for joining. For some of you that this is your first time of joining my YouTube channel, you are welcome. I appreciate you for joining. And without wasting much time, we want to look at a message called the Formula of Joseph's Success. What are the formulas of Joseph's success? Joseph is a story in the Bible that so many of us know about. So many of us have heard about the story of Joseph. We have heard about the story of Joseph. We have known what the story of Joseph is and how our pastors and so many motivational speakers use it to teach us the way on how to apply the principles of Joseph into our life for us to be successful or in anything that we want to do. So today, without wasting much time, I want to take you on these principles that I know I want to teach you to know also. In life, before I go further, in life, you need to know that there are three things that govern life, either spiritually or physically. The three things that govern life is called the formula L plus P plus F. This formula is a formula that governs life. The L here means loss. P, principles. F, formulas. In this aspect, we can see here that in life, everybody needs what we call a law to guide you. Even in the country we find ourselves, we are bound by laws. So is our life. Any life that you live without a law, you don't know what you are doing now. You need to live a life with what? A law. A life lived with a law, a life lived with principles, and a life that is being lived with formulas never miss their way. Formulas, sorry. Never miss their way. It is only a life that do not want to achieve greatness in life that will allow his life to be lawless, to be disciplineless, to not have principles and also formulas. But any life that want to be successful, or anybody that want to be successful in life, need to apply these laws. Then we are going to take this today. We are looking at what? Formula. We are looking at formula in the life of what? Joseph. What are the formulas that make Joseph to become successful in life? What are the formulas that make Joseph become successful in life? We are looking at what? Formulas. Formulas that make Joseph to become successful. F. Joseph was a man or a young man that was born into a family of 10. And he was a young man that wasn't born when his father was what? At his old age. So the Bible told us that Joseph was being loved by his father to an extent that his father made a coat of many colors to Joseph. Listen to this message carefully because it will truly transform your life. I know some of you have come into this message, you have read the message, you have listened to this message, but there is a question that you haven't understand or you not ask yourself about this. What really made the father to love Joseph? That is why I told you this is a formula. This is also a way of principle, but we want to take it in a formula way so that we're able to know why does Joseph's fathers love him so much. Now, the formula that Joseph used to attract the favor of his father is that Joseph loved God. Love. Joseph did what? Joseph loved God. Joseph does not just jump into success. Joseph loved God. What made people to feel that Joseph was his brother feel that Joseph is being loved by his father? They don't know that there is a love that Joseph proved to God. And I want you to know this because it's very, very important, and I want you to learn, I want you to know, I want you to take it as a reality of life. Whenever you choose to love God, whenever you choose to have God as a personal Lord and Savior, there is one thing you need to know. You attract people's favor. So, Joseph loved God. Let's take the formula here. Joseph equals to L. Formula L, love. Then, after which Joseph was being loved by his father, the brothers find Joseph to be as if he was what? Joseph become a threat to their life. Joseph becomes someone that they cannot bear again in their life. Why? Because they feel that Joseph is being favored. Joseph is being favored more than them. Then they gang up against him. The Bible says they gang up against what? Against Joseph. Not because it's not their brother, not because Joseph is different from their household, but because there is what? An envy that attached to what? To this love. When you love God and when you love God, there is one thing you need to know. You'll be what? You'll be attracted to what? Envy. Attracted to envy. Envy. So Joseph was what? Joseph loved God, and what? He was attracted to what? Envy. So this envy made Joseph, made his brother to decide to kill Joseph. Not because he is not their brother, not because he is from another person, but because they have seen his destiny and what God is doing and how his father favored him. They lied against Joseph. They decided to come against Joseph to throw him to the hole. But one of them told them that instead of we killing him, let us sell him as a slave. Joseph was what? Being sold as what? A slave. Slave. Joseph was being sold as what? A slave. Then when Joseph was being sold as a slave, what happened? The Samaritan man that bought Joseph and took him to Egypt now sell him to what? To Potiphar. Remember this, to Potiphar. Potiphar was the chief executive officer of Pharaoh. Then he bought Joseph. The Bible led us to understand that Joseph was in favor in the house of Potiphar. Why? Because he is child of destiny. Remember what is taking all these things is love and slaving. Then we now enter into the realm that which Joseph was being bought, and then he entered into the house of Potiphar, and then the wife of Potiphar wanted to take advantage of Joseph. Joseph regretted, that refused, and what? It was what? Framed. And then what? That is what takes us to another principles called the principles of what? The principles called envy. No. Thank you for listening to this video. I really appreciate you for joining. Then I will come back to this message so that you're able to understand what I'm saying. Thank you for listening, and you're blessed.